Hey guys, MCU Collect here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the Strange Tales Wave Blackheart Build-A-Figure, and here we have Brother Voodoo. I was going to go in order of the cross-sell on the back of the package. We jumped over to Brother Voodoo, skipping Lilith, Dracula, and Damon Hellstrom, because there was some controversy when it came to this figure. The figure has released, it has two hands, a fist and an open hand. Initially, images showed 4 hands, so there was a full set of fists, full set of open hands, 4 hands total. At some point that changed. When the pre-orders first went up, not sure if it was images with these 2 hands or if the 4 full hands went up on all the websites or however the case may be. But final production is only 2 extra hands, not 4. Entertainment Earth and GameStop still have images up that show the 4 hands, whereas Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, and Hasbro Pulse has the updated image which only reflects these 2 hands here. So at some point, Hasbro cut them out, whether it was a cost thing, whatever the case may be, likely a cost thing, let's be real here. Whatever the case may be, we get less hands. Does that suck? Absolutely. But as far as I can tell, when I placed my pre-order, this is what my pre-order was based on, the 2 hands. It sucks that we didn't get those extra hands, but you know, at this point it is what it is. So just a heads up on that. There we go. I had posted a video like on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube about it. So that's what's going on. So if you got it from Entertainment Earth and you got it from GameStop, you're going to see the discrepancy there. You'll have to take it up with them on, you know, how they're going to handle that situation or whatever the case may be. But Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, Hasbro Pulse uses the images which only show these 2 extra hands. So there is that. But anyway, we're going to take a look at Brother Voodoo. He is not the first Voodoo figure that we have gotten. We had one in the Book of Ashanti San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set, the Brother Voodoo. And then in the Dormammu Build-A-Figure wave for the first Doctor Strange movie, we had a Dr. Voodoo, I believe is how he was referred in that one. And you could see different face paint there. So now we have another one. Now, is this a character that we ever saw getting 3 figure releases? No, probably not. But you know, now we got it. And this one at least has a newer body, so we're going away from the Bucky cap. And we're getting, I have to look. I don't think that's Vulcan body. It might be the arms. I don't think it's the legs. But anyway, we get updated body. It looks like we have some pinless, and we get a new cloak or cape there. We get some magic effects and things like that. But we may reuse some parts. Actually, I think the belt sash is actually new. It doesn't look to be the same as these 2. So let's kind of get into it. So we'll look at the figure. We got the Strange Tales logo up at the on the bottom, up at the top. Side artwork on the side of Brother Voodoo there, looking cool. On the back of the package, you get the full look at the artwork, and the bio reads, Jericho Drum carries on his family legacy when he embraces his destiny to become master of mystical powers, Brother Voodoo. So let's go ahead and get into it, and let's check him out. Hey guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and help me reach my goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We've got about 2,500 left to go, so we are right on track, but I need your help, so please make sure to hit that subscribe button now. Alright guys, so here we have the Brother Voodoo figure out of the package, and he's a pretty good one. If you have the previous ones, I don't know that you needed an update, but if you don't have either of the previous ones, then hey, why not have another master of the mystical arts? Accessories, we had talked about the hand, so we have a fist for the left hand and an open hand for the right, and then he comes with the one of the leg pieces for Blackheart. This is... what is it? This is the left leg. It's got an L imprinted in there. So this is the left leg to Blackheart. I'm getting very excited to build him because this head sculpt is like absolutely amazing. I love the purples in there and everything. So I can't wait to build this. Again, very excited. So we'll stick that leg off to the side. And we got Jericho Drum here, Brother Voodoo. So let's go ahead and zoom in for a closer look. If you guys are curious about the wall background here, that is Wall XD from High School Creations. He had a successful Kickstarter. I think you could still pre-order some extra walls. I don't know what the kind of the turnaround time is on that, but you can probably get that. So I'll have a link to Mikey's Instagram page, High School Creations, and then I'll check his website and put it in there if you're interested in picking up one of these Wall XDs. Okay, so up close look at Brother Voodoo. One thing that I forgot to show is we get 2 of these magic effect pieces. I had these wrapped around his arms. Any character that's come with magic or has magic abilities or even fire comes with these pieces. We've seen these so many times. That's why on the Inhuman set, the Crystal figure had 2 different effect pieces, which was a nice change up. we just get these all the time. This time we got him in purple now. He also comes with this staff here, which is in purple. The other two Brother Voodoo figures came with ones like this as well, but one was blue. The San Diego Comic-Con was green. This one is purple. You can kind of see like some demon style heads coming out of there. So this is pretty cool. It is very flimsy, by the way. I don't remember the other one being so flimsy, but this is crazy flimsy, crazy soft, rubbery, just kind of wild there. But not new. We've seen it over and over again, you know, 2 times at least. And then I think the Jack-o'-lantern figure, that first one in Absorbing Man Wave, maybe it was, also came with one of these, and his was more like broomstick type style. But anyway, back to Brother Voodoo, and he looks pretty good. It took me a while to figure this out, but looking at the eyes, it looks like there's 2 different colors in there, and I was thinking it's going to be the glare of lighting, but no, there are 2 different colors. His left eye looks to be more of a green or blue color. The right eye seems to be more of a red or brownish color. So 2 different color eyes, not something that we got in the previous ones, but also the previous ones were just kind of green eyes and then white eyes. So now we actually get some pupils in there. And then a couple of differences between now and then. The digital face print has really come a long way. Back in these previous 2 figures, the face print was not happening. So we didn't really get... not that they were painted terribly, as you can see there. You know, we get the paint on there. It's got the green symbol on his forehead. The good thing about the digital face print is when they can do it, you can kind of give it like the spray or gradient look to it on the outside where it starts to fade. It just looks really clean. Not that this looks bad, because I don't think it does. And then even here, it's not bad. It's just, it looks better on the digital print. So we have those different head sculpts. Initially, I thought, man, is it the same head sculpt from 10 years ago? It's not. The hair is basically sculpted the exact same, but the difference is this hair piece is actually a separate piece now, whereas on these head sculpts, the whole head was one entire piece. So 2 separate pieces here. So the hair is one piece, the head sculpt is another. So while the head and the hair may basically be the same sculpt, it is a new mold that was used, because obviously the hair and the head and the face are going to be 2 completely different sculpts, so 2 completely different molds. But the hair is essentially sculpted to be almost the exact same. Obviously it's a little bit shorter right here, as we have this longer piece that kind of drapes over. So that is the difference there. And then another thing, and I'll do a better comparison, each one of these figures has different capes. This one you can see like the Eye of Agamotto there. It looks pretty good. Drapes over his left shoulder more than his right, but still does drape over his right. The wrist gauntlet pieces here are going to be small. I think these are probably the same as like the Nega bands that we had gotten. The skulls here on the side, they are different. I feel like there's definitely less paint this time around. As you can see there, it's just kind of more of a brownish color with a little bit of a wash, whereas there was a heavy wash on that first one, and then that Dormammu Build-A-Figure wave, less than the San Diego Comic-Con, but more than the one we have now. The sculpt-wise, they look very similar, but we definitely get sharper teeth on this new one. And then you could see, like, belt-wise, it's not the same as the sash tie actually was on the side of the previous one. Here it's more in the front. We get some added color there on that strap. One thing about this, though, and I think mine's just poorly painted. As you can see, it's missing some paint in some areas. Those are the crevices in between the muscles. We've seen that type of poor QC before, to where some of those curves, the paint just doesn't quite get in there. I hate when that happens, because it should be, you know, solid. And then here in the front, we kind of see a little faded spot where the black really bleeds through, because it just didn't quite hit as well there. But otherwise, you know, the line work on it, it's not too bad. Here on that hip, you can see the black fade through a little bit much, so another hit of paint would have been nice. Nothing going on the back of the figure, of course. But yeah, there we go with the Brother Voodoo. Let's go ahead and zoom out for his articulation. Okay, so Brother Voodoo's articulation, he can look up somewhat, but the hair is going to hit the cape, so that's going to hinder that greatly. He can look all the way down, though, which is good. The arm, you can't get to go straight on out on the left, but on the right you kind of can, because the cape really drapes over, so that's unfortunate. There's no butterfly joint in there. You could do a full rotation. Got an upper bicep swivel in there. Double-jointed pinless elbow, so you can get... Ooh, is that elbow fused? Nope. There we go. Double-jointed elbow, like so. wrist swivel. We do hinge. The two grip hands that are basically trigger finger hands have the vertical hinge, which is good. The extra hands that we get, the fist and the open hand, are the standard horizontal hinges. We get an ab crunch on this guy, so we can crunch forward that much. You can crunch back a little bit, but cape kind of really prevents you from getting any use out of that. You have a waist swivel in there right under that belt. Legs go out only that far apart. That's not a whole lot. So I think this was the Grim Reaper body. No! Was it the Grim Reaper body? Yeah, he's got the large shoulders, right? I can't remember if that was Grim Reaper or if it was just like the Spider UK body. And that's what it is. Spider UK body. Legs don't go out very far. He can kick forward very far and high up, though, which is good. Leg doesn't really go back. You got an upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed pinless knee, like so. So that is good there. You get a mid-calf swivel in there. Foot hinges down all the way. You get some hinge up, ankle pivot, peg holes on the bottom of the feet. So pretty standard articulation. He doesn't do the splits a whole lot. But the cape, unfortunately, just really hinders any shoulder and arm movement. It's really tough to get him into certain poses because of that. Okay, so looking out side by side of all three Brother Voodoos, the San Diego Comic-Con one was a really nice one. We get this cape, and we saw this cape with, I think, Vision, but we get this cool, like, hood-style additional layer there. But the way this one worked is it was an additional add-on piece, and the really cool thing about this is, and I haven't had the Book of Ashanti set a real long time, and I never really opened it, except to kind of be able to do this kind of thing. The eye was painted green on there, and we kind of get some bones here. This was a cool accessory piece. The difficulty was getting it over, like getting it to really sit right over, and then getting the head sculpt on there. That was kind of always like tricky, and it just kind of looked bulky and stuff on there. But it was still a pretty cool little additional accessory piece. But I wanted to show, you know, the different style capes that we have between the three figures, because you get a brighter red on the San Diego Comic-Con version. We get the tattered one that we've seen with like Hobgoblin, I think it was, that came with the Dormammu Build-A-Figure Wave version. And then here, it is a brand new one though, which is good. And the cape has a nice texture to it, as you can see there. If we pop his head off, when we get it, it just drapes over the shoulders, as you can see there. It does have a peg, so you could peg it in his back to kind of get it to sit right. Hopefully it's easy to kind of do that. And I feel like it's kind of not. Does it go on the top one? No, that wouldn't make sense. It's got to go on the bottom one, but like to drape over and still do it, I feel like I feel like it doesn't even work. Am I tripping? Yeah, I don't know. I think it just sits there. I don't think it actually pegs into his back, because there's no way to do that, because it doesn't come down far enough to reach that peg hole. Like if I try and force it in there. Oh, you know what? Yeah, actually, I got it. You just have to kind of force it, but it's in there. It doesn't change anything, as you can see. It's because it still drapes over and kind of hinders. Can't do anything. But if you wanted to go no cape, or if you have a soft goods one in mind or something, I mean, you can get it to work. So there we go. Okay, the figures so far that I have reviewed, we've gone through Moon Knight, we've gone through Bloodstorm, and now Brother Voodoo. Next up, we're probably going to go back in order, and we're going to go with Lilith. But you guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of this Brother Voodoo figure? Do you have the previous ones, or are you good with those ones and don't need this one? If you're looking to build Blackheart, you're going to have to pick this one up. And again, I think it's going to be a better version than the previous two. But, you know, you guys let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. And then also, is the fact that it only has the 2 extra hands a deal breaker for you? To me, it's not a big deal. It's always better to get more, and I would always want more, yes. But I'm not like angry that we didn't get another fist and another open hand. But I know for some of you guys, those kinds of things are super important to you. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.